Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more Wizard of Legend. So, you know what we're gonna be doing here today, right? Come on, you've read the title, you've seen the thumbnail, and that's right, we're gonna be doing Smash or Pass on the council members. Zeal, easiest smash of my life. We're gonna be doing the Earth-only run today. Yeah, pretty obvious, innit?
That's rather a bit cringe, innit, bro?
And of course, before we get into the run, we need to start it right. That means choosing a sufficiently earthen cloak. I'm looking at you, Grit.
Yes, you bitch!
Plus, we gotta hit up our boy Neve here for that elemental crystal. Thanks, man. Our cloak and relic combo this time around will make us build like an absolute fucking tank. Lastly, the starting Arcana setups we'll be using are Executioner, Soaring Ivy, and Drills. So today, we ask the age-old question, can you beat Wizard of Legend using Earth only? Now, if I had a nickel for every Earth Arcana which just happened to be axes, I'd have 3 nickels, which is still not a lot, but it's more than I would have expected. The Obsidian Axe basic, while having great AoE, does lack a little range, decent damage per swing, but also pretty slow. Luckily though, the other 2 Axe Arcana does help to mitigate that quite nicely though. And while we're here at the Earth-based dungeon, something just feels right about this. It does make me feel proud to be a Canadian. And I'm not even Canadian. I'm not even close. Similarly to how there just so happen to be a handful of axe-based spells, there are also specifically obsidian ones, like the axe and the daggers. Something, it's weird that it happened twice. Not enough to start a build off of though. A shame really, because these are actually pretty decent. So defense isn't often considered to be a very exciting form of play in many games, and Wizard is totally not an exception either, but damn, the damage reduction do be coming in clutch sometimes, you know? Ooh-wee, where the fuck have you been? And thank you, Earth Jesus.
Got you, homie!
And axes are often associated with a lot of things, and I know I myself called this the Executioner starting build, but you know, it's never too late to pick up a 2-horn pointy hat and call yourself a Viking. Just in time for Sura actually, and it went very smoothly. Well, as smooth as rocks can be anyway. Moving on to the Soaring Ivy, which I did name after the Arcana, this focuses on range and mobility while limiting our enemy's mobility with the vines. Even more so than the axes and such, the vines really do stand out as a sort of subclass within the Earth-based Arcana, and to a further extent, plant-based spells in general. Now, even though it is possible to have all vine-based spells to make up our build, this is a roguelike and luck is a considerable factor. So we didn't manage to find the other 2, sadly. A shame too, cause the setup seems pretty good all things considered. And oh yeah, while going through this run, we did manage to get quite a lot of extra padding for our armor. I'm talking about upgrades to our cloak, heavy travel jacket, and some more defense-oriented relics to give us a truly monstrous armor stat. Which made fighting Freya kind of a joke. Tanking heavy hits left and right while it barely puts a dent in our health bar. And it is nice considering I wasn't really playing the best at avoiding her moves instead. Likewise, Sura didn't fare much better either. We hardly had to respect any of his attacks since they dealt so little damage. And we are now immune to being staggered thanks to the Emerald. No wonder why this is the best strat to beat Sura's 3rd phase. Still not attempting that though. Not yet anyway. Unsurprisingly, this set has a heavy emphasis on drills. Yeah, I know right? Who would have thought? The projectile itself is fairly unique and finds its way to more Arcana than you might have expected. They shoot forwards and slow down upon hitting an enemy while dealing constant damage. Not bad at all, and the only part of the build which isn't a drill does leave a little to be desired. While Stone Shot isn't bad by any means, having nice damage and great range, the lack of any notable AoE makes it a little hard to use. Oh, now that's a pleasant surprise. Unfortunately though, this roster of relics from the present seem to focus on inflicting status effects, which I have an old video on. and it would be a nice strat to build towards if we weren't already committed to making a full Earth loadout, which we are.
You stupid!
Also, something neat is that in Wizard of Legend, the game rarely gives duplicate items. I say rarely because, well, if it does happen, the game just doesn't let you pick the extra one up. Yeah, it's pretty lame, but what can you do? And what do you mean I can't poison them more? Iris the Virtuoso, who I've also called the Artisan, is a big part of being able to get a consistent source of spells of all of the elements. Problem is, if you're trying to fill up the bar with only one element, you not only have to hope that it is that particular element, Earth in our case, but also that it isn't just an upgrade or a basic or even a dash, since you can only have one of those types of Arcana per build. Luckily though, Zeal did manage to hook us up with the last one we needed. Thanks Zeal, I knew I made the right decision. Zeal, easiest smash of my life. This is a nice ranged focus alternative to Earth's usual focus on melee combat. Heyo, welcome to the end, and I hope you all are enjoying the Wizard of Legend series so far. They're quite fun to make, and it is also a personal excuse for me to put my builds out there. Next time around, it'll finally be time for the Lightning Oni runs, which I know at least 3 people have been asking for. So, big shout out to them. Also, I would like to add that if any of you have any indie games that you would like me to check out, feel free to leave them in the comments. Who knows, I may just like it enough to make a video out of them. Thank you all so much for watching, a like and sub would be appreciated, and have a wonderful rest of your day.